we're just a totally different team at home too. Like, it's insane how bad we are on the road.
Man, I can't believe we let that one slip through our fingertips.
I'm trying to think when the last time we won a road game was. And I don't count Dallas versus Oklahoma.
Wasn't it last year? Was it at TCU?
Yeah,
last
was
year.
What, 3?
Yeah.
Oh my. Week 3 or 4. Yeah, that's bad. That's really bad. Yeah, John, we have 5. We're 5-3. Yeah, that's insane. That. So let's see how many games is that in a row we've lost on the road. 2 this year. Probably 3 or 4 last year. So 6 in a row, 5 or 6 in a row. That's bad. And I think that tells you, like, this team gets overwhelmed on the road, which is not a good sign, but we got to fix that at some point. And I don't know if Hudson Card coming to this game helps us win. I don't know how he would have done off, like, being called in like that. But, I mean, I think it was worth a shot there once they tied it up, but who knows?
It's not bad for a team with cities. He's on that Californians thing.
Hey, USC is good, and they live and they're in California, so. Hey, it's almost basketball season.
Jeez. Oh.
What?
Football shouldn't be this, like I said, the highest of highs and the lowest of lows, man.
I know. But I know the basketball team was a little bit overrated last year. I think they're going to be very good this year. So I'm actually excited to watch. And Chris Beard actually has a style of basketball. Like, you know what you're going to get. So it's going to be interesting. Hudson couldn't have hurt. Ewers just looks out of sorts. Yeah, he did. He was overthrowing everything. And they said he was wearing a glove pregame. So that was weird. I don't know what that was about. I don't know if he couldn't grip it because of the wind or get it through the wind. I mean, the wind did play a factor. 25-mile-per-hour winds are always going to play a factor. But you would think with someone with that big of an arm that wouldn't play a factor. Hudson Card might still have a lingering injury, and even if he was healthy, I'm not sure he was the answer today. I mean, yeah, but you got to try something. You can't just keep throwing Ewers out there after the game he had. And Hudson, like I said, if Steve Sarkisian was able to let him be himself and run around, I think there was opportunities to where he could escape versus that. I mean, you saw Quinn Ewers the one play, escaped and get that 40-yard gain, obviously got called back because of holding, which was a absolute bogus holding call, but I think there are plays like that for Hudson Card available if he were to enter the game. And this is the type of game, too, where the deep ball, what makes Quinn Ewers better than Hudson Card is the deep ball. And if he's not hitting the deep ball, then I think Hudson Card's just as good as him.
Yeah, I thought that was what separated the two at the beginning of the season. Quinn Ewers' ability to hit the deep ball and stretch the field. But like, if he can't do it, at least on a 50% basis. Come on now.
Yeah, that's the thing. If he can't do that, then I believe Hudson Card actually, if he's able to be unleashed and run, then he's a better option. But obviously, this is the first game where I've thought that. Like, Ewers has been good up until this point. So we'll see what Kansas State does. Obviously, Oklahoma State's defense is not very good. So I don't know. Kansas State's is better, but we'll have to see. Obviously, we play them on the road, right?
Murphy's been injured for most of the season. He had a what was it, surgery in the off season?
Are we talking Malik?
Malik, yeah.
Yeah.
So he's just now getting to actual practice.
Yeah, 100% they've given us trouble. Mike Gundy is a good coach. Mike Gundy's biggest issue is he always trips up on one game a season to where that costs them a shot at like going to a national championship or a college football playoff. That's always been the case. He's always tripped up on one game that matters every year when they've had a good team like this. And he did it this year again. And unless they win out, and they went out convincingly, in my opinion, they're not going to make the college football playoff. So I don't see them winning out, by the way. I don't think Spencer Sanders is capable of winning that many games in a row. I just don't. And I don't think their defense is good enough to carry them. TCU may actually win this conference, which would I wonder what the offseason odds were on that. I thought they were going to be better than most people thought they were going to be, but I didn't think they were going to be this good.
I personally thought they were going to be in the cellar.
I like Sonny Dykes. I don't know why California. I mean, California sucks in general. But I don't know why they fired him. Yep, Gundy has that one game a year like Harbaugh where he can't get out of his own way 100%. But at least Harbaugh, I mean, Harbaugh has gotten out of his own way because they've been to the college football playoff and they beat Ohio State last year, and they should have beat Ohio State twice if not for that terrible call back in 2016. So Harbaugh's a better coach than Gundy, but they're similar. They're very similar in like their demeanor too. But Gundy has adjusted. I will give him that. They used to have high-flying offenses and no defenses, and then they went to Jim Knowles, got better on defense, and he's kind of started to take defense more seriously with the hiring of Derek Mason and Jim Knowles, the last two guys being there. So I respect him for that. I think he's obviously a very good coach. TCU had to be close to a plus 1,000, probably. I mean, yeah. And to be honest with you, this would have been the year in general for the Big 12 to take a long shot. Like, there was no great team coming into the season. So anyone that put money on TCU, congrats. You have a good chance. So if they win tonight, they're going to be in the Big 12 championship game, I think. So it's going to be interesting to see if they can win it. And obviously, Max Duggan scares the absolute hell out of us Texas fans because he always destroys us. He's like a better version of Spencer Sanders, so it'll be interesting. He finally is playing well, though, this year, unlike the last couple of years where he hasn't been that good, but he plays insanely good versus Texas.
Yeah, that's what I'm afraid of with Adrian Martinez.
Yeah. I will say that about Adrian Martinez. Adrian Martinez is mostly running ability. He doesn't really have much of a throw. He's not a great thrower.
He still hasn't thrown a pick this year.
That's true. That just means he's due, though.
Yeah.
Not with our defensive backs, though. They'll get a lot of pass interference calls. So
yeah. Or just knock it away and not try to turn and look for the ball.
Yeah. The one on Deshaun Jameson was bogus, though. That was not a good call.
No.
And he's like the one guy we'll say he's gotten better at that, but everyone else has not.